first questions we have is how did you start BJJ journey? Like when did you start to train and how did it look like?
I started my BJJ journey when I was 17, but I did this regular Japanese jiu-jitsu from I was 9 to 17. So we learned like a basic arm bar and what the full guard was. So I did that and I competed in sports jiu-jitsu, what we called it, for maybe 5-6 years, I think. No, 7 years I competed. And in both nationally and internationally. And then when I found BJJ, it was just better for me because it was more finesse on the ground, and I always enjoyed fighting on the ground. And finally I found a sport that was good for me and my attributes, and I saw it was growing as well, and that was very attractive. And and I also wanted to do MMA, and I knew BJJ was one of the things I needed to know. But as time went on, I dropped the MMA thing and just focused on jiu-jitsu.
Which club did you start BJJ? Did you train now?
No, I started the club. The club is different, but the people are the same. I still have my good friends, which I started with from day one to this day, and they're all active training partners of mine. And my first club was Gigo Jiu-Jitsu Haugesund. And from there on, we just, because we didn't really have a set coach, we had Luis Alberto. He came and then he left and then he came, and from there we split parts, and we opened, my friend opened up a gym, and we just trained there and just did our own thing. And then I met Jose Carlos, and I became his student but I was training in Haugesund and he was training in Stavanger, so I would travel a few times.
Okay. How does your training routine looks like usually? When like, does it differ depending on whether you prepare yourself for competition or regular training, or you just train all the time and you just jump into this or that competition?
I believe, like for me, I don't have like any intense training camps or routines or anything. It's just, for me, it's consistency. I train, I've been training now since I quit my job, and that's 5 years ago. I've been training twice a day, Monday through Friday, every day, like every week, every day, and having Saturday and Sunday off. I just increase a little bit of the intensity of sparring, but normally it's just, I feel out my body. If I feel like I'm fatigued, I will slow down. If I feel I have energy, I will push it. And from there, I will just balance it out throughout the week and just train and enjoy. You know.
How does your training with Espen look like? Like, do you guys kill each other, or do you just more drilling?
We train, me and him. We used to be competitors against each other, and for sure.
Training in the same club?
No, never. We didn't train in the same club until he moved to my town. But me and him, we used to fight in competitions, and he would always beat me. And a few years ago, when he moved, we became better friends. We stopped fighting each other in competitions, and from there, still the competitive feeling is still there when we roll, but it's still just trying to improve each other. So we try to kill each other, but in a positive way. Try to
kill each other and then
build each other up, you know. And I think that's what's special about our training environment as well. It's not so much defined by ego, it's more defined by us. You know, we're a unit. We can't be one singular person from Norway and make it in the big world. We have to be a group. We need to be, stay close and help each other to be able to reach the top. And I think that's what we've done differently here. It's in Haugesund. It's a very, very special community.
How do you see your performance at Polaris and Copa Poggio? Like, in my opinion, it was amazing, both of them. But how do you see it? Are you satisfied with how did you go?
I am satisfied in the sense of I was able to do my jiu-jitsu, but winning it's okay. It's just a confirmation about my jiu-jitsu that my jiu-jitsu is going in the right path. But I lost the fight in the Copa-Polio, which I was very disappointed at. But luckily it was Grand Prix, so it was defined by points. But I always see and I feel the mistakes, and it's never perfect. But I think that's what makes us competitors and wants to become better. So I am never satisfied with the performance because I always am eager to improve.
Yeah, that was my next question. Like, what is your competition mindset? Have you ever had problems with your head before competition, or?
As I was growing up, I've always been competing. I was competing actively in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, and I did so and the same in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And so I was lucky with the Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. It was high level competition, and I got to shape a mindset very early. But what I noticed when I got a little bit older and more experienced is that I can't be filled with rage when I fight, because it makes me get tunnel vision in a sense. And a lot of people, they get hyped up and they get aggressive and all that. And I don't. I used to do it before, but now I mellow down and I just try, because I don't do it in training. So if I don't do it in training, if I don't get hyped up in training like this, why I'm gonna do it before competition? I have to fight the way I train every day, and that's gonna give me the best result on the mat.
Do you feel any type of pressure, because you're getting quite popular, you're getting great results, and I guess like people expecting you to like each time you go to competition to do good? Like, do you feel any kind of pressure out of that?
A little bit. I used to feel a little bit, but I've grown to learn that people only have expectations if you tell them what you're doing. So if I tell them I won, they will be happy for you. But if I tell them I lost, they will just, okay, you get it next time. So people don't really have that many expectations of how I perform. They just, as long as I do my best and I'm happy with it myself, I don't feel that much of the pressure.
That's good. What are your BJJ plans for the future? And do you have like any other aspirations when it comes to BJJ?
I don't do anything else than Jiu-Jitsu. That's what I love to do. I love to teach. We're opening now, me and Espen, Vegard, Kenneth, and Ole and Krølla. We're opening a gym now, and so my group of friends are opening a gym in Haugesund. So there's a lot of stuff happening both for us and for the Scandinavian Jiu-Jitsu, because we want to make it professional and be able to give Norway a shot in the future of young athletes coming up. And we want to be able to show that, because we didn't have the best, we didn't have a 10-time black world champion as a trainer. We didn't have any coaches that could specify our game or help us with the experience or anything like this. But now we're fortunate enough that we have this experience. We know what it takes to become one of the best, and we want to spread this knowledge to the Scandinavian Jiu-Jitsu. And when we're opening up our academy, we can be able. It's easier for us to focus on other athletes than ourselves, and we're trying to spread our Jiu-Jitsu via our website as well. And so yeah, we're trying to make the word spread and trying to make Scandinavian and European Jiu-Jitsu grow a lot.
What is your best advice you would give to a beginner, like when you were starting Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? What would be advice you were missing, maybe? Something that you know now, or something would tell the white belt?
Fight for your life. I think It's just the way I learned is by failing. And I remember when we started jiu-jitsu in Haugesund, it was just me and a group of big guys, and we were just trying to beat each other up, and they were all much bigger than me. And yeah, it was just fight for your life and try to adapt from there. And I think it kind of both shaped me as a competitor and my mentality approach of jiu-jitsu, because it would always I always had to fight for the submission, and I always had to fight for the position or anything like this. And from there, it's just showing up on the mat and giving your mat, giving the time on the mat. And I think from there you're just gonna evolve. You might be stuck for half a year on the same thing and you feel don't improve, but when you're through that half a year, all of a sudden, boom, everything releases, and like, oh fuck, and then your jiu-jitsu all of a sudden goes from here to here, and it can go in just one small detail, one small mindset change. It can be so small margin things that can change the whole approach of jiu-jitsu. So just go on the mat, fight, be humble, try to learn when new people come, and from there you're gonna see your jiu-jitsu skyrocket.
Yeah. Fight for your life, that sounds like Polish jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
we have just a quick ones, like a gi or no gi?
Gi.
Favorite guard or favorite position?
Collar sleeve.
Strength or technique?
Strength.
Fight to win, like points, or it doesn't matter how, or submission?
Submission.
Favorite BJJ organization that you like, events to fight in?
Don't say it.
It's very hard, this one, because I like IBJJF, I like UAJJF, I like the super fight format. It all has different approaches. For me personally right now, it's the IBJJF one, because that's the most prestigious ones, not in terms of money or anything, but just since there's so many people that has won it, and I want to be one of the people that has won it. And from and the UAJJF, it's growing, it's money, cash money, and I want to go there. So as long as I get to fight, I'm happy, basically.
Yeah, why to limit yourself to one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
No problem.
It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. BJJ Fanatics and all the guys in Poland, I appreciate you guys for cheering on me, and keep on training.
Yeah, nice.